If this year was an Ibiyad, we would now be doing Lamed, right? But I'm sorry, this year was the Shana Malaya, but it's not. So let's do it anyway. Vine. Tefillah Psula, in a way, a pasal of Tefillah is a difa miteiresh l'lishma mamash. It's better than teiresh l'lishma mamash. In other words, even though according to what we said so far in this Igeres HaKedesh, Stam Teira is better than Stam Tefillah, because Stam Teira, at least you have a kavanah sichlis, so it creates malachim and yitzira. Stam Tefillah makes an asiyah, correct? But Teira Psula is worse than Tefillah Psula. Because Teira Psula means my kavanah is from my ego. Tefillah Psula means I have a machshavas zaris. But my closed kavanah is lishma. And therefore he says, because Teira Shalashma Mamish, Itachas Hashemish is beneath the sun, it doesn't leave asiyah gashmi at all. But davening, it goes up at least to the Rikim and so on. In other words, what you're hearing here is that there's 3 madregas in Teira and 2 madregas in Tefillah. The higher madrega in Tefillah is with Kavanah, which is the same thing as the higher madrega in Teira, which is Kavanah. The middle madrega in Teira is I'm learning, I'm understanding what I'm saying, but there's no Kavanah. And the lowest madrega of Teira is Legadalba, and the equivalent of Tefillah is I'm thinking Machshavas Zaris. That second madrega of Tefillah has a mila over the third madrega of Teira, because my Kavanah is not bad, I'm just distracted. And therefore, even though the deficiency in my kavanah, since my kavanah close was lashamayim, at least it goes up till the rakiyah. Aval teira stam. However, when you learn teira stam, in other words, the middle madreg of limud teira, we have neither a good kavanah nor a bad kavanah. She'eina shalei lishma. It's not shalei lishma. Rak me'avim aseres tivus, based on the natural love, which we discussed in the shir of Cheshvan, yesterday's shir. Says the Alter Rebbe, Legora, Mehevo, Piyin, Shaltaneka, Shabbeis Rabban. It's not any less than the tefillas of little children. That it says in Kabbalah, the Solek Le'ela, that when child davens, even if there's no kavanah, because children are pure, it goes up. And by children is another aspect, that Mipnei Shu Hevel Shem Bechet. Since children have no Averis, so the Solek Le'ela, it ascends upwards, Afim Shalei Lishma Mamash, even if children are davening out of fear. They're not doing it for Eibush at all. Mira Saratzuk, afraid of being whipped, Shabbat HaSefer in the hands of the teacher. So children's tefillah, Shalei B'Kavanah, because they're afraid of being whipped, is the same as Teira Stam. Just like children, because they have Hashem Bechet, even if they're davening because they're afraid of being hit, their tefillah goes up till Yitzira. When a person learns Teira Stam, it goes up till Yitzira. So the middle madrega of Teira is better than the second madrega of tefillah, and the second madrega of tefillah it's better than the third madrega of Teira. So what you're hearing is that in Tefillah there's only 2 madregas, in Tefillah there's a third. And the third madrega of Tefillah is worse than the second madrega in Tefillah. And of course the second madrega in Teira has a mila over the second madrega of Tefillah. The malachim raise up the davening of children, it should go up till Atzilus, it shouldn't remain in the Rikiyim alone. Okay, so again, what the kitzah is against the point of this Igeres HaKedesh we have clearly to discuss the differences between different madrigas and Shalei Lishma of Teira and Shalei Lishma of Tefillah. We got a little stuck here with the Hecholos and the Rekiyim, but Hashem Atav Yichapa Ba'adeinu. That's all. Okay?